Hey Bruce, what's up, man? Hello, Hulu Games. How's it going? You guys hear me? Audio good? Can you hear music? Is everything working? Hard to tell. I think we should be good. What's going on, guys? Make sure I set this up right. Actually, you know what? Should probably tweet this. That would help me out, right? See if I can figure out what my URL is. Should say that I'm streaming, right? I feel like this should be easier. I must have a URL somewhere. How you guys been? Today we're going to be making a few small tweaks. It's going to be a short stream, just like a handful of tweaks that we got from the second round of testing on iOS. Benham Blackmon, Zethus, what's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Bear with me for just a minute. I'm trying to figure out what the link to my stream is so that I can tweet it. There we go, found it. Sorry guys, just tweeting this real quick. I think that works. Yep, all right, cool. Let's see what we got in here. Dr. Ring, how's it going? Got some folks rolling in. Should be able to more easily see a list of who is watching. Guys, just let me know if the music is too loud or soft or whatever. All right, we're gonna jump into it. Explanation information, welcome to the game, or welcome to the stream. Need to remember to look at the camera. All right, so the point of today, we're still waiting on Google to approve Blink for testing. They've just been sitting on it for a while. What's up, Matt? How's it going, dude? They've been sitting on it for a while. It's been like a week since I resubmitted, and it's been waiting for approval. I don't know what's taking them so long, but from the second round of testing on iOS since the last devlog where I made a bunch of changes, there's just I got about 5 small tweaks to make, and none of them are going to take very long, so I don't think I'll be streaming for too long. But still worth doing. Share some of this process with you guys and just hang out, answer questions, whatever you guys want to do. So we're going to jump into the first thing I want to fix here. Make sure we can get everything running. Ooh, that looks pretty good on there. It's like full screen and everything. I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. Cool. Yeah, Matt, I wanted to join that game jam really badly. I just was getting back from vacation when it was ending, and I've got so much to do with Blink and trying to get it out the door, so it didn't happen. I really wanted to join it, but maybe next time. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Just some devlogs. What's up, man? All right, so the first change we're gonna make is, so when you go through, actually let me make sure, I probably already have everything unlocked here. Yep, I need to go ahead and clear out, make sure I don't have the in-app purchase, because we're gonna change how the ad works, watching the ad works just a little bit. Player press, delete all. Where did I get the idea to make Blink? So a while ago, gosh, this was at least 3 years ago, I made what I guess might technically be called my first game. It was written in Swift for iOS. No graphics or anything. I was just using the native shape drawing library. And it was a game where circles appeared at different places on the screen, and you would touch them with your finger and release them when the inner circle kind of perfectly filled up. It was a very similar kind of idea to Blink. Of course, I just kind of released it. My friends and family played it. That was about it. Never got much further than that. But then when I started to get serious about learning Unity, I was like, well, I like that idea that I made before. I can kind of expand on it and create some artwork and improve the gameplay. I just wanted to do it as a way to learn Unity, but now it's kind of spiraled into something bigger and like my first real big project. So that's how we got here. Specifically, fireflies just makes me think of my home in Virginia where my parents live. The backyard, always full of fireflies in the evening. Beautiful. I just love it. So we're going to try to hop in here. You guys will see. Oh, by the way, what'd you guys think of the tutorial? I think this thing's pretty sweet. It works really well. Ooh, that is loud. Let me not do that. I think it's turned out really great. Pretty stoked about that. All right, so we'll go to the end of the round and we'll hit. Oh, is that a bug? Continue for free. I don't think we have. Apparently this is still unlocked. How is that the case? I thought I just deleted my player preferences. Stand by. Player prefs, delete all. Oh, I bet I know why this is. Am I targeting Android right now? Yes. Well, I guess that means that code is working. So I'm doing receipt validation for Android, which means when you get the callback from the in-app purchases being initialized, it has a list of things you previously purchased, and I guess that must be working. I'm checking that list to see if you've already purchased it. And I think it's just reapplying the purchase automatically. Well, actually, I guess that's what it is. So I'm going to change to iOS. I think that should fix it. I should be able to not have to worry about that. Make the text white in the tutorial so players can read all the words. I don't know if white would be a lot better. I agree that some accessibility stuff is missing in terms of how legible all of the text is. Be nice if I could easily outline it. I think I'm too far ahead for that at this point. Maybe a different font would have been able to serve me well. All right, we'll switch to iOS now. Go ahead and clear out the player prefs. And yes, we're back to an unpurchased state, which is good. Reload this. Get rid of that before I forget. I think this is pretty readable. I mean, there are a couple things, right? The blinking fireflies get in the way and the circle can get in the way, but I don't think it's to the point where it's too unreadable. I don't know. I'll think about it, Naru. I appreciate that suggestion. I agree that some of the UI can be improved here. All right, so we'll start the round. Go ahead and lose the round. Watch add to continue. That's good. That's what we want to see. We'll see the advertisement here, and when we continue, we get 3 points added to our multiplier there. And I've come to the conclusion that that's a little bit steep, and that's pretty much for one main reason. When I put this on my phone and tried it for the first time in earnest, I was able to unlock the last background in the first round by using this kind of increased multiplier. You can see this isn't even that hard. Of course, I'm just using the mouse right now, which is a lot easier than using a finger on a mobile device. But we're already at 130, and we're going to get to like 200 really quickly. So I just didn't want it to be that easy to unlock all the content right off the bat. I want people to play Blink for, longer than a couple days, maybe, best case scenario, and just spend a little more time to unlock the characters. So what we're going to do is back it down from a +3 multiplier from watching the ad to a +1. The main benefit of continuing with the ad then is just that you continue your round with whatever multiplier you had already achieved, not that you're just going to get a huge fat free boost. And yeah, that's just what I'm thinking. Bruce, I think the bat should get more deadly across the game. So we get a lot more bats as you get higher up in score. You can probably see I'm being harassed by quite a few of them at this point. Go ahead and get 500. Yeah, so I was able to unlock everything really, really quickly here. Go ahead and die. Space Time Dog. What's up? That's a cool name. Manly Man, the man. Should check out Rich Text on Text Mesh Pro. Lets you change the color of specific words in a sentence. Huh. That's not a bad idea. I might take a look at that. Let's switch to the Dragonfly. I like that. All right, so this change is going to be pretty simple, I think. Basically, we need to find, remember where we're continuing with the advertisement and changing the multiplier. The easiest way to do that, I would think, is if we found where our multiplier was. Gosh, this has gotten so out of hand. This file is huge. Okay, I don't know why we can't find that. We must show endgame UI, show continue. Well, how about this? Can make this even easier for myself. Look at the endgame canvas. Watch add to continue is going to call what? Play reward advertisement. How long is the file, Bruce? Oh man, it is 1,000 lines. This is one of my biggest takeaways from building this game. Actually, is I've got this game world class, which is like, kind of like my single source of truth for a lot of the game logic, and it's too long. There's too much in here. I wish I had compartmentalized this a bit more. So I'm planning, it'd be nice to make a video, I think, in the future about how to properly kind of structure a project. Of course, this is so small, this project, and I've already got this problem, so who knows what the next project will be. We'll see. I think there's room for improvement here. One thing I will say, Bruce, is that I did a good job creating these functions to have just a very singular purpose. I'm doing a good job with managing responsibility between the functions, so it's been easy for me to reuse these functions, like setting the number of fireflies, recording a circle fill, playing a sound, that type of thing. That's what let me throw together that tutorial really quickly, actually just using all my existing functions. So I'll give myself points there. And just explaining that, I forgot what we were doing. Play reward advertisement. All right. If enable ads, we're going to show reward ad. Continue round is going to be what we're doing to finish. And right here at the bottom of continue round, we're increasing the multiplier by 3. Let's do 1. That's going to be our fix. Matt, I'm excited to try whatever you're making, man. Sounds cool. You're making a video about it as you go along. Those make for pretty cool videos, I feel like. Whatever you made over the course of a week. Yeah, Bruce, thank you. It's I've made apps, or I've made one app before and released it like start to finish. This is the first game, full-fledged game, where I'll be doing that after having 20 half-made games that I never finished or released, as I'm sure is the case with many folks out there. I'm excited about it. All right, so here we're on the in-game screen again. We're going to watch the ad to continue, hopefully get +1. 1 to 2. Perfect. All right, that is our first task done. Let me go ahead and move that. Got my Trello going down here on my iPad. And we will make a commit for that. All right. Trying to do the video a bit differently this time, a little bit more in the past tense, still documenting day by day. Yeah, that's a cool way to do it. I'm really curious to see how it comes out. It's exciting. All right, dudes, what's the next task? We are going to introduce different circle colors sooner in the round. So, as you guys may have noticed from the gameplay I was doing before, once we get to, I think it's 5, a multiplier of 5, the color changes of the circle to like kind of this amber orange kind of color. And when you get to like 10 and 15, which is almost impossible, it'll change to like pink and red, just to make it look a little bit different while you're playing. Let me go ahead and see if I can get to the orange right now, so we can see what it looks like. Don't know if I got that because I did not have the sound on. Yeah, so when we get to 5, kind of a cool color change. Just makes, I don't know, just makes it look a bit different. It's still in the same color palette, which looks nice. I think all the colors look nice together, but I got feedback that people want to see these colors more often, so you shouldn't have to be doing so well to see those colors. I wrote this functionality so long ago, and I have forgotten how I did it, so we have to find that and figure out what we're doing. My guess is I probably made a dictionary for the values for those different colors somewhere. I have no idea where. Oh, sure enough. Progression colors. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this. Sorry, I forget that it's probably really small in there. So I've got this dictionary for progression colors. I'm guessing my key here is going to be the multiplier at which you see these new colors. We've got yellow, which is the standard one, of course, and then orange, red, and pink. So what do you guys think? Maybe 1, 3, 5, 10. Last one should be harder to get right, the cool pink color. We'll see if that is enough to fix that. I'm assuming I'm reading that key as the multiplier. So we'll see if that assumption is correct. Go ahead and get up to 3. We'll see if we can just get all the way up to 10. We should be able to pretty easily with the continue functionality if we screw it up. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing this on my iPad, and it's actually pretty fun. I think my testers feel the same way too. It's more fun on the iPad than the iPhone just because the art's a little bit bigger and you have a little more room to move around the screen. But I'm really pleased with the gameplay. It's engaging, not too frustrating, kind of cool. Here we go, 5. Oh, so we got pink. All right. This is like one of the first times I've seen this color because it was way too hard to get here before. So we'll see if we can get up to 10 without dying. We should be unlocking a lot of cool characters along this process as well. I gotta concentrate here. At this point in the game, the circles start to feel a little bit faster and there's way more bats. So if you're not really paying attention to what you're doing, you're gonna get it. All right, we're at 8. Let's see if we can get to 10. Ooh. Oh my God, it's really fast. Really fast around 10. Wow, this might not actually happen. Oh, but we can continue and see it. That'll be fine. There it is. So that's like a hot pink. That looks cool. And also, I think I'm changing the color of the light behind as well. You can see it kind of changes the color of the mountains as I'm lighting it up. That's pretty cool. What do you guys think? You guys like the colors? I think they look really cool. This is crazy. This might be an actual high score for me. I wonder if it's like you blink so fast that no matter how bad you do, you keep adding enough stuff back to the scene. It doesn't seem to be the case. Still gotta be fairly accurate. 857, that's definitely a high score. Novaktu, what's up? You did not miss much. We've fixed one of like 5 improvements, maybe 2 now. Just chilling. Not too long of a stream. Just hanging out, fixing a few things while we wait for Google to hopefully finally approve this app for testing. How do you test it on your iPad? Do you have a Mac? I do. I've got a 2013 MacBook Air. It's been my trusty companion since college. Really like it. How long did it take me to learn C#? I'm starting to learn on Monday. C# did not take long for me to learn because in college I learned Java as part of our curriculum, and it's very similar to Java. A lot of the same kind of syntax and verbosity, I suppose you could say. If it's your first programming language, then it's probably going to take you a while to pick up the nuances of it. Of course it will. But if you already know programming language, don't worry about it. C# is not too tough to pick up. Yeah, just like Bruce said. Grab a turf like the color palette. I appreciate that. I do too. Actually, why don't I just show you guys? I want to show you guys where I get my color palettes from because I like the website so much. And it's been such a big help to me. Oh, wow, that's way too big. All right, whatever. Just make this normal looking. Low spec palette list. This is awesome. I don't know if you guys have spent much time on here, but you can see they have a bunch of different palettes and each one has like a cool little piece of example art for like what you can achieve with it. So you really get a feel for what the aesthetic will be if you choose to go with that palette. Like, this is so cool. And of course you get the hex codes when you click into it. I'm using my personal, well, actually, it's definitely not my favorite, but I thought it was one of the most versatile ones, so it's just what I started out with. And Desga 64. There's kind of one of everything, and there's kind of like a darkness progression as you go down some of the various colors, so it gives you a good chance to do some shading type of stuff. So yeah, check out lowspec.com. It's a good spot to get color palettes. Matthew, welcome to the stream. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Jimmy, what's up? No name. You were about to start on a really fun journey, man. I guess programming, not necessarily for everybody, but I fell in love with it when I did it for the first time. Just the problem solving. I love to write code. I don't know. I'm just a huge nerd now. I really like programming. Hardest parts will be curly braces and semicolons. You're probably right. I think you're probably right. So I think we've pretty much fixed that. We basically lowered the multiplier requirements to see the different colors. Not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and commit that change as well. And just like that, we are on to number 3. Update Trello down here. All right, this one is gonna be quite easy, actually. Actually, I might need to do that one off stream. I don't know if there's, I might have some, I need to go into my build settings, and I was getting complaints that it only supports one side of, or one type of landscape. Actually, I should be able to show you guys. Got the old trusty iPad here. Blink looks so cool on here. Did I remove it? Maybe I just didn't install the new one. Let me go on test flight, grab it. I appreciate you guys giving me feedback on the icon. I think the new icon looks really good. I'm using the one that's like less, it's gonna be like less busy in the background. I'm just using the kind of gradient rather than the picture of the mountains in the background. Nick, I did see part of Danny's video. I didn't watch the whole thing. I have to admit, I was incredibly curious about, like, I have no idea what this game's going to do in terms of like monetary success, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm just happy to get out the door. I'm incredibly curious about it though, so Danny's video kind of helps scratch that itch a little bit. Yeah, so this is how Blink looks on the iPad. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this, other than I think it's pretty cool. Art looks great on there. Makes a pretty cool looking background, actually. I was thinking of making some kind of screensaver mode or something. But as you can see, works great there. Does not flip. So that's the thing I'm probably going to fix off stream, because I need to go into my build settings, and I don't want to show you guys anything that you shouldn't be seeing in there, if there is anything. So let me mark that. All right, next thing. I'm not using the singleton pattern. I might need you to clarify. Not using the singleton pattern for what? Using scriptable objects? I don't think so. I did not look up a bunch of stuff for Unity before I started this game. I didn't watch tutorials. I didn't look up the correct way to structure the project. I basically figured out how game objects worked and transforms and scripts, and I started diving into this. So I'm very likely missing some key components of a good Unity game that I should learn. Yep, bigger fan base will help, but you know, we're growing slowly but steadily. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Appreciate your support, man. You've given me some great suggestions recently. It's been very helpful. Don't destroy on load. Oh, like having a script that doesn't get destroyed that kind of works for everything. No, I'm not doing that, but I understand that I should be. Right now I just have basically one scene is where this whole game happens, so I haven't needed that. But I realize that's the proper pattern. And I'll be doing that going forward with my next game. I can assure you that. I'm going to make a lot of improvements there. When is this going to be released? Great question. Google is taking their sweet time checking this out. They initially declined my first submission because I had marked it as being like for 13 and up, just to try to avoid like the repercussions of showing ads to children, I guess. But they were like, no, your game, I guess the characters look too cute or something, but they were like, children will like this game, and they're right. One of the people who likes my game the most is one of my coworkers' kids. So I went back into Unity ads and configured it for children so that no personal data is going to be pulled out of the ads or queried by the ads. And so we're good there. I'm just waiting for Google to change their mind about it. It's been in review for a week. All that said, once they approve it, I have one more change to make in the code to switch off the test ads and do real ads, and then the last builds go out. So I would love to think in a week or two, Blink will be available to you guys. I don't really have any known defects at this point, believe it or not, and I've been getting good feedback from my second round of testing, so we're on the home stretch. Nick, will do, man. Making an Android game on Unity without any experience in mobile. Unity is such a great tool for getting your foot in the door with mobile. I mean, it's spit out a perfect, I guess it's not an APK, it's like whatever the Android bundle is, but I was able to bring that straight into the Google Play console. It worked just fine. I had never experienced Google Play console before, but I started to learn about it. It's been pretty easy, actually. Do you already have an idea for your next game? And if so, can we get a sneak peek? Oh man, you guys just want special treatment because you're in the stream, huh? I guess you probably deserve it. Sure, a sneak peek for you guys. I've talked about this before in a previous stream, but for my games going forward, I still want them to focus on nature because it's something that I am passionate about. I love being out in nature. But more specifically, I want them to be educational to at least a very small degree about issues that our planet faces. And I don't mean, I'm not going to be like pushing some kind of agenda, but I want my games to bring mindfulness to certain parts of our planet. And so for the next game, I think it's going to be about honeybees and the fact that bees are a threatened organism in our world now. You've heard "Save the Bees," all over the place probably. I actually have to do a lot of research on bees still before I make this game, but I know the game is going to be you're playing as a bee and you're going to be... I have a basic idea for gameplay, but kind of be hopping from flower to flower. It's going to be a portrait mode game where you just play with one finger tap. It's going to be another kind of casual experience like this, but at some point I'm going to try to incorporate some way to encourage mindfulness about the fact that bees are an important part of the world and they're threatened right now. So it's going to be another pixel art game. I'm going to do some more hand-drawn graphics because I really enjoyed that. It's going to be about an insect again, I suppose. But that's the plan for me going forward. And I'm planning to do that one much faster. It's not going to be a 6-month project. I'm going to take everything I learned from Blink and try to iterate more quickly for the next one. So that's your sneak peek. I hope that sounds interesting. Of course, I'll be making devlogs about that and everything, so we'll see how it goes. There is a chance that I will do like a game jam or something along the way just to make a game in a week and see if I can do that. But that's going to be my next kind of Blink-sized project. All right, what was I about to do? Oh yeah, so if we go to our in-app purchases page, I actually need to do this, and that's not going to work because I need to switch back to Android. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. I actually need to switch to Android for the next two things I'm going to do. Basically, after you go ahead and purchase Blink, it'll still say disable ads there on the options screen. It should say something to reflect the fact that you've already made the in-app purchase. So we're going to make that change. Not build and run. Just build settings, swap to Android. This will enable my purchase receipt verification to kick in, and I should have the game purchased on Android, so it'll be easy to test at this point. Yeah, I want something to push me to be able to iterate faster in terms of coming up with an idea, creating the assets, creating and fine-tuning the gameplay and making a balanced gameplay experience, and then releasing. In a short period of time. I think I would learn so much from that. I just need to make time to do it. Just need everything. That's the problem with everything, just making time for it, right? All right. So we'll go into options. You see it says remove ads here, but in this case, I believe, yeah, thanks for your purchase, because we've already made this purchase on this Android device, so we're good. Also, restore purchase should not show because you can't restore purchases on Android. The purchase is automatically restored for you, which is why it already shows up. So that's going to be what we're working on right now. The first thing I think, actually I could use some feedback from you guys here, but we got these two options, right? Kind of toggling sound effects or rotation effects. Actually, do that, make sure that works. Remove ads doesn't really seem like an option, so I was thinking of moving it down to the bottom here or something, just to kind of separate it from the other options. Just a little UI tweak. Let's try it, see how it looks. Not the About canvas, the Options canvas. Yeah. All right, so I'm thinking we'll just anchor this to the bottom maybe and be like, what's this guy? This guy is 150, so we'll do like negative 75 and 75 maybe for these guys. You guys think this looks better? I think that looks better. Because this isn't really the same kind of option as these. I think I'm gonna do that before I've gotten any feedback from you guys. We'll just keep going. That's an easy thing to revert. So I need to be able to change this text when the game is already, when the in-app purchase is already made. So I should probably have some function in here that I'm using called like, zoom out here real quick. Probably like show options canvas, yeah. So in this case, I'm already doing the same thing with these other two pieces of text. I'm toggling them based on some game state, right? I do var IP text equals game object.find. Why don't I zoom in? Some live coding action here. What is that thing called? Remove ads text. Okay. Ads text. Remove ads text. Get component text mesh pro u GUI. Yep. Sorry, Bruce. I'm trying to get better about it. I think we're good now. So that's getting the text mesh pro UI GUI component from that game object, and then with that reference, I should be able to set the text here. Yeah. So I'm going to rely, as you guys know, I love ternary statements, so we're going to hit up another one of those. Basically, I want to just change what this says based on whether or not we've already purchased ads. I have that available to me with this computed property called enable ads. Found your glasses. Sorry, I'll be better. So if ads are enabled, meaning it's not been purchased yet, then we want to keep it, well, whatever it is now, right? Remove ads. Otherwise, we want to say, thanks for supporting link. Thanks for your support. Thanks for removing ads. That kind of at least alludes to what it was before it changed. That seems fair. So when we run this, hopefully that'll just work. This song is kind of gnarly. A little too much going on here. This is supposed to be like chill lo-fi music. Let's see if that's any better. So interestingly enough, it sounds like our sound is playing again, despite the fact that sound effects are off. I think that's a defect. Just writing that down in Trello, trying to capture that immediately. So it works when I toggle it, just not when the game is relaunched, I suppose. Justin, how's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. Interesting. All right, well, we'll try to fix that next. But for now, I should actually see if what I was setting out to fix has been changed. Thanks for removing ads. That goes to 2 lines. I don't really like that. Separate sound effects and music options. Well, there's no music. There's just crickets in the background, which I guess you're saying there could be one for turning crickets off and another for turning the sound effects, like the blinking, off. I could do that. I think that would be confusing to people. I don't know. I wonder how much people would really want that. If there was actual music, I would definitely want to do that. I don't know if the crickets chirping warrant it, but I see where you're coming from. So you think it should just say thanks for your support? Yeah, this is not the in-game music. Thanks for your support sounds pretty good. At that point, they've already purchased the ad, so they knew what it was. Oh, why does that look so weird? Let's fix that. That's a bit better. Just give myself a little more room here. There we go. Oh, I don't want the button to be that big. What am I doing? Maybe I don't know. Do you use Trello? I do use Trello. I love Trello. Trello is down here on my iPad below my monitor. I use it for every project that I do, and it's awesome. I don't know how I would stay organized without it. All right, so we're just thinking. Usually have my phone on silent and turn sounds in game off. It would be nice to have a mute all option. Well, so turning sound effects off does mute all the sounds. That's the intention. Clearly it's broken. But yeah. That's the point right now. That's kind of all I really wanted to do with it, was let you easily mute the game, basically. Let's see what this looks like. Thanks for removing ads. What did we just talk about? Thanks for your support. Sorry. I'm all over the place here. I think it's okay if it goes 2 lines. Onion Tea, welcome. You are new. What's the game about? So, the game is a casual mobile game meant to be played with like one finger on your phone. Really simple, something short and sweet, kind of like Crossy Road or Flappy Bird or whatever. The point of the game is you're a little. You start out as a firefly. Right now, I have the dragonfly character selected. I'll pick the firefly. You're in the forest. When you start the round, the forest gets darker, and to keep it lit up, you drag the firefly into the target circles. So as you drag him, his own little circle appears and gets bigger and bigger. So the point is to kind of release him when the circles match up. And if you do that very well, it'll add light back to the forest and keep the game going. So it's just a game about dragging the firefly around, having good kind of precision and timing in terms of when you release him and where you release him. And yeah, there's a bunch of unlockable characters. There's other unlockable backgrounds. And yeah, that's the game. Do a different background. I like this one. Oh, this one's definitely my favorite. Sound on off would be a more clear text. That's very true, because it's more than just sound effects, right? What do you think? Sound. It is going to be released on iOS and Android, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. I've probably said that before, like 2 weeks ago, but I'm waiting on Google to review it. We're actually getting close. Do sound on and sound off. I like that idea, Nick. I think that's a better experience. Oops. Sound off, rotation effects on. Thanks for your support. I think we could scoot all this up a little bit. Maybe this should all be centered. I don't know why it's towards the bottom. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Maybe like negative 200. Oh, not the text. Oh man, hold on. Suggestions. Gotta check out the suggestions. Maybe it'd be cool if the background moved around parallax. I thought about that. It is way too late in the development progress to do that now, unfortunately. I am planning to have parallax in my next game that I hinted at earlier. But yes, it kind of would have made a good candidate for it if you're going side to side, because we definitely have like the foreground grass, the midground trees, the background mountains, and the sky. It would have been a good candidate. But if I'm trying to release in a week, I think that would be pushing it. I do like the suggestion though. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the best way is to. That's too much. What do we have here? Like negative. Oh nope. Change this to center. What do you guys think about the placement of this text? I'm struggling right now. Will be available on Teslas. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Not while you're driving, of course. While you're sitting there. Don't they actually have Atari games on Teslas on those big screens? Is that what you're referring to? Did they actually enable that while you're like sitting still in a parking lot? That seems ridiculous to me. Not a fan. We got some people who like it, some people who don't. Might be overthinking this. That is a common theme for me. If you've watched any of my streams, that is a common theme. All right, we're gonna put it back to what it was. Sorry. Tangent. Maybe I should move that up a little bit. Nope. All right, we're good. So, yep, thanks for your support. You still click it. You can still go to this where it'll say thanks for your purchase. Now what we have to do is disable the restore purchase button. But we'll go ahead and commit what we just did since that was like a single thing. I'm trying to be good about that. Bad commit message, that's okay. Pedro Silva, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. All right, how many viewers do we have? I'm curious. 24, this is definitely a high. Welcome everyone. Appreciate y'all hanging out, supporting, just chilling and making final touches on Blink before hopefully getting to release soon. All right, so now that we have fixed that, we just need to hide the restore button on the in-app purchases canvas. Only on Android though, so I think we'll use one of those preprocessor directives. Yeah, I think that's the play. Oh, Nick, I'm stoked with 24. I think the most I've had before is like 13 or something. 27, it's exciting. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. All right, so at some point we're going to be showing the in-app purchase canvas. I'm sure I have an aptly named function here, or, well, we'll see. Show IP canvas from options and show, oh yeah, because I can show it from two different places and I did not implement reusable, I have copied and pasted code here. Don't do what I'm doing. But we're close to release, so we're doing it. So in this particular case, what we want to do is hide this particular button if Android, right? So that would be the restore button. Let's get a reference to the restore button and do a little preprocessor directive. Is that what it's called when you do like the, if Unity, Android, oh, where do I do that? I do that somewhere else. Pretty sure that's a preprocessor directive. Billy Man, do I know you? Should I know you? Doesn't sound like it. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. I need to remember where. I'll just be bad and Google it. Just be very bad and Google it. If Unity Android, that's what we want. Hide restore button if Android. So I'll have that. Oops, sorry, zooming in. End if. Drop that there. We'll do. I think that was it, right? Unity, Android. I guess I didn't really confirm that. Unity, iOS, Unity, Android. Okay, so we've got that set up correctly. So in this case, we're just going to grab a reference to the restore button. Game object dot find restore button dot set active false. I think that's going to do what we need, and because I designed this poorly when I wrote it, I have to put it in 2 places. Just please forgive me for that. These are things that will be improved. All right, so we're gonna head back to that page, and sure enough, we are on Android right now, and that button is gone because it's not gonna do anything on Android. Just to test this and make sure it is working as we intend, we're gonna swap over to iOS real quick. Yeah, that'll actually also allow us to test that the button text was correct for the in-app purchase text, which we definitely want to make sure it works. I think after this, the last thing we're going to have today is fixing the defect that we found with sound effects. I have no idea what's going on with that, but we're going to figure it out. All right, we'll swap back to iOS, it looks like. So we'll go ahead and fire up the game. We do have the game unlocked. Oh, it's because we didn't, gotta delete our player prefs here. Nick, you gave me a suggestion earlier to like map some of this stuff to hotkeys while I'm playing, so I can easily do it. This is the one thing that I wish I had done. Player prefs.delete all. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. So I keep thinking, oh, this is the last time I'll have to worry about testing this. What's the point of making the hotkey? You were right. I was very wrong. Billy, are you asking me if I'm in the US? I am in the US. I'm in Virginia. I have like 100 things to do in my Trello list. That's a lot. But I think you can do it. All right, so we've got remove it. Oh wait, we want to see first our options text says remove ads. That's good. Of course, this is not going to work just because this is like not a real iOS device right now, and I have some checks turned on for that. And their store purchase button shows up because we're back on iOS. So I think we're good here. I think we made that fix. Yeah, let's go ahead and commit it. I have a restore button. Store purchase button. On Android. All right, let's go ahead and push before I forget. All right. Cool, so what do we have left? The sound effects. So we just discovered that while we were working on something else, which is good. That works when you turn that off, and it's not gonna work again because I need to turn, I committed that. Yeah. That's another reason I need to do that, Nick, because I keep committing that change over and over and over again. All right. Just gave me an awesome idea to make a little editor extension window thing with debugging tools, delete player prefs, etc. That would be awesome. That'd be super good. The off text is wrong. What do you mean? Oh, let me check. I should be easily able to understand what you mean. Sound, yeah. What is going on there? Did I not save that change or something? Oh, I know what's happening. Show options. Yeah, so this works here, but when you actually tap on the button, I have something else that's setting the text. That's the problem. So do this, check the sound effects button, toggle sound effects. All right, it's right here. I think that should fix this up. Is C# similar to Java? I would argue that if you know Java, C# is going to be no problem for you to learn. A lot of similar syntactical stuff going on. What am I doing? And similar verbosity. I didn't have any trouble learning C# after having learned Java in college. Swordmaster, thanks for the support. Glad you're working on your own game too, man. That's exciting. That's what I'm out here for, is to try to help get other people working on their projects. It took me so long to work on this one in earnest. All right, so we'll go back to options. All right, we're good there. But if we turn it off and come back in, we hear sound. But do we hear, what about this? So that sound is correctly not playing. All we're hearing is the crickets. So I need to remember where the crickets are happening. I know we've been working in the same file this whole stream, but we might actually open up another file right now. Time to get excited. I know it's hard to believe I actually have more than one file for all the logic in this game. You know what? I could be wrong. It might actually be in this one. I thought I had... We're looking for an audio clip. Background sound. Looks like it's going to be in this file. Do everything in this file. What about coming from JavaScript? Also, yeah, similar syntax, but JavaScript is like the Wild West, in my opinion. It's kind of crazy. Can I find anything about background sound? Surely I use this. Alright, well I must be playing it when the game starts up, so we'll look there. I have to be playing it. I'm starting to wonder if I'm going crazy here. Got an audio source connected here, so I should have a reference to that audio source in my code. GameAudio.play, GameAudio.stop. Maybe I'm just like auto playing it from the item here. Play on awake. So that must be what's happening. I must always be playing it on awake, regardless of whether or not you actually have that setting set. Also transitioned from Java to C#, and the hardest thing to wrap my head around was delegates and events. I still don't fully understand them. Delegates are a thing in Swift as well, and I will agree that it took me a really long time to understand them, but now I love them. I love so many of the tools in Swift. Delegates is one that I'm a big fan of. So I think we need to just manually tell this audio source to play rather than have it play on awake. You guys on board with that? I think so. So now the background noise is not playing. It does play if we turn it on, but now when we turn it on and restart the game, it should not play. But it is. Maybe that's just because it's rain. Yeah, I fixed it for rain. Okay, so we just basically need to do the same thing that we're doing in my rain manager. Now the rain manager is a separate file. Why don't we just open that for fun? So I think, yeah, we're gonna play. This is right when we're doing that. In my rain manager, when it we call rain at the beginning of the game. If rain is actually gonna be happening, then we decide to play the game audio. So we just need to do something similar over in our game world here. I think all we need to do, in fact, is call this now in our start function. Oh, that's way too small. Sorry, I'm everywhere with the zoom right now. start game. Nope, earlier than that, our actual start function. Just do it right here at the bottom. Play background sound if it's enabled. Don't have reference to game audio yet. Where do we get our reference to game audio? Oh, I was hoping I had a reference to that in like Awake or something. Oh well. It's not something we'll be grabbing very often. So let's go ahead and grab it when we need it here. I guess we only need, no. Yeah, we only need it if we have it enabled. Let's try that. Any decent engine for Java? That's a good question. I know of more of like frameworks or libraries for Java, like the lightweight, what was it called? Whatever thin matrix used to make Equilinox is like lightweight Java library. Yeah, it's whatever Nick is talking about there. Did you already mention the name? I can't remember it. Lightweight Java game library, maybe something like that. Yeah, Carl actually was a huge inspiration for this channel and the reason I have a channel. So definitely check his stuff out. You have most certainly watched his stuff if you've managed to find my channel. All right, so we've got the sound playing now. That's good. Go ahead and turn sound off, back on, back off. And now we'll just play with off, and sure enough, we fixed the problem with our sound. Cool. Make sure it works with the rain. I'm just gonna keep going until I get rain. All right, yep. No sound for the rain either. But if we turn it back on, we'll get rain sound. All right, the sound bug is fixed. Let's go ahead and do this. Good find. That would have made it into the release probably. All right. So we changed the ad text, we disabled the restore button on Android, and we fixed a bug with sound. All right, guys, that is the last task that we had for today. I'm kind of all out of stuff to do until Google finally decides to approve what I've been working on. See what you guys are saying here. I also started at one point in college developing a Java game on Eclipse using, what was that stuff called? What is this song? Don't know how I feel about it. No, I can't remember. I'll never be able to remember the name of that library I used. The point is, I agree, developing games in Eclipse was not great. I agree with Nick. Unity is such an easy thing to pick up. There's so many resources out there. There's so many people on YouTube who want to teach you how to do it. Yeah, easy to pick up. A lot of tools there for you already. Unity, I actually did a lot of research before I started working on Blink because I was thinking about using like native Swift if it's just going to be an iOS game, or potentially using the Godot engine, or Monogame is another one that I really like. But again, that's more of a framework than an engine. I would say, Pedro, if your goal is to complete a game and release a game and just focus on making and releasing the game, you should go with a full-fledged engine that has a lot of features. Now, if you want to learn a lot about what goes into creating a game in terms of learning how the updates working and the processes are working, or like the process call, just the guts behind what makes a game work and how you're drawing to your hardware and all that stuff, then if that's what you're interested in, you don't necessarily feel like releasing a game, then I would do something like Monogame, which is a framework, or even something a little lower where you're learning kind of more about the graphics APIs and everything that goes into building an engine. But most people are going to suggest don't start trying to figure out how to build an engine if you're just trying to learn game development. Something I struggled with for a while, though, because I'm a software engineer for my full-time job, and I tend to be a pretty technical person, so I was interested in learning some of that stuff. All right. I think we're good here, guys. I don't know if there's a lot more that I had planned today. Well, I know there's not a lot more that I had planned today. I think the game's looking pretty good. It's performing well on devices that I've tested so far. We're just waiting on Google. I wish they'd hurry up. I'm really excited to get this in y'all's hands. I guess in typical stream ending fashion, I should go over what we fixed today, right? Yeah, I should do that. All right, so the first thing that we fixed today was decreasing the bonus multiplier that you get from continuing the game by watching an advertisement. Previously, you were getting a +3 to your multiplier if you watched the video advertisement, and you got to continue your round. What I found from testing both myself and my friends is that was a little bit too much of a boost. You could unlock all the backgrounds and a lot of the characters super quickly just by spamming the ads, and it wouldn't take you too long to do that. So what we did was we decreased the multiplier that you got from watching the ad from 3 to 1. That means part of the bonus is getting the extra multiplier, but the real meat of the bonus is you're continuing with whatever multiplier you had before you lost the game. So that is a big improvement there, I think, for the longevity of Blink. People are going to take longer to unlock the characters, and hopefully it'll keep it on people's phones longer. What are you waiting for exactly on Google's end? Good question. So with my first submission to them, I had indicated that the game was, they had a questionnaire where they were asking who your game was targeted towards. And I'm fully aware of the repercussions of, marketing games toward children. And so my goal was to avoid that by just saying, oh, my game's for people 13 and older. Google actually came back and said, no, we're rejecting this because your game has cute characters and artwork, and there's no reason kids wouldn't want to play it. And they're right. One of my close friends, his son really likes playing the game. So all that I did was I went through and I filled out that questionnaire again and basically said, okay, the game is suitable for everybody. And then I went into Unity's dashboard and made sure I was COPPA compliant, not targeting or not gathering personal identifiers from ads, and I went in and changed the content of the ads that were served to not be inappropriate. And then I made all the fixes from my first beta on iOS, so just a bunch of bug fixes and stuff. And I opened up a new test track in the Google Play Console with a new build, and now it says they're processing again, but it's been like 7 days, and it's driving me kind of crazy. I really would like for them to give me some feedback on it, just so that I can send out a test build to myself with an Android device so I can see if the in-app purchases work, because I've not been able to test it on an Android device yet. Of course, I guess I could just build it to it, but I'd like for them to approve a build. That was long-winded, but Nick, I don't know if you have any suggestions there, or if you think I'm going about it the right way. Anyway, next up that we fixed today, sorry for that tangent, we introduced different circle colors sooner in the round. So previously when you got to 5, a multiplier of 5, you'd see a new color, but now it's coming at 3. It was at 5, 10, and 15 before that you'd see new colors, but 10 and 15 are really hard to achieve. I don't even know if 15 is possible. So they're now at 3, 5, and 10. So earlier in your round, you'll start to see some cooler colors. We'll see a quick example of that here. So we get to a multiplier of 3, you get kind of an orange circle instead of a yellow one. Just a nice little UI enhancement. I don't have any clout with Google, apparently. I must be on a list or something. It's taking way too long. All right, let's see. Next thing we did, we just changed some stuff around how the option screen looks. We kind of made these two options standalone up here, and the remove ads thing down here. If you purchase the ads, this will turn into a little message thanking you for your support. And then we also hid the restore purchase button on Android, because restoring purchases is not a thing on Android devices. So that was an easy fix. Well, while we were doing that, we discovered that I had a bug with my sound toggling here, so we went in and made a change to my audio source to make sure that it was not playing every time the game started up, specifically not play on awake for that audio source, and we just manually play it based on whether or not the user has toggled sound on or off. So, yep, that's what we achieved today. Took about an hour, I think, but we were also just hanging out chatting. I really appreciate you guys coming to hang out today. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the support I've had for the game on the channel so far. It's been really exciting. I just started the channel for kicks to see, just to document my progress and keep myself accountable, but it's really cool that you guys are invested in what I'm making here. I'm really excited to release Blink, and I can't wait to start on my next project, which I mentioned earlier in the stream. Hoping to make more awesome games just like this one and document it, but hopefully those games will have like a small impact on the world we live in. Sounds silly, I know, but that's what we're going for. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Blink will be out hopefully in 1 to 2 weeks based on Google. As always, I'll be tweeting about it, so follow me on Twitter. The link is, I think, probably in the description. If not, it's in my YouTube videos. And yeah, thank you guys for joining the stream. Had a good time. Hope you guys did too. I will see you in the next one.